you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How you
That's
doing?
good.
All right. Well, with that being said, we do have Cinco de Mayo coming up as well. So, again, in regards to May the 4th, as I said, Star Wars fans tend to drink quite heavily. They love the alcoholic blue milk and green milk. So we also have Cinco de Mayo, which Eddie said, and I agree, is a U.S. holiday. They don't celebrate like they do in the U.S. like they do in Mexico. We party. So with that being said,
while you're partying, I'm actually going to do the Mel Brooks version of "May this robots be with you." There you go.
merchandising.
Somebody's been popping down the blue milk already.
Yeah, I think so. So with that being said, since Cinco de Mayo is coming, here's a PSA for you.
Cinco de Mayo, a time for celebration, fiesta, and a wee bit of tequila temptation. But before you dive into that margarita madness, let's have a word about safety, shall we? Picture this. You're twisting and twirling, swaying and swigging, having a grand old time. But wait just a tick, friend. Before you let that tequila train chug along full steam, remember, amigo, to designate a driver. Whether it's Pedro, Juanita, or even old Tito, make sure someone's steering the ship while you're indulging in the fiesta fun. Because trust me, folks, trying to hitch a ride on a burro at midnight isn't as easy as it sounds. So let's raise our glasses high, but let's also raise our awareness. Celebrate Cinco de Mayo responsibly. Remember, amigos, don't let amigos drive under the influence. This message was brought to you by your friendly neighborhood Cinco de Mayo committee. Salute!
Okay,
so don't drink and drive.
So tell me, which company set that up as a brilliant advertising campaign?
Actually, it wasn't the company.
Okay.
It was a YouTuber created that, and it's all AI generated.
Wow.
Is it really? No, I'm talking
Yes,
about
sir.
the actual. I'm talking about the actual holiday.
Oh, I got some.
I don't know. We would have to look into that.
Yeah. It's just
It wasn't Carnival because Carnival is all the people shipping. G'day, Donna. How you going? Carnival has all these ships going backwards and forwards, but
very good.
Or a taxi. Yeah, right.
That way, cruise nuts. If you have someone driving and they hit a bump, you don't have to worry about spilling your drink while you're drinking and driving.
yeah.
Yeah. Thinking about it.
I think we're gonna be on a sea day on the 31st. I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, we can't wait to see that, Nick. Especially me being a rail fan.
Okay. 2:00 in the morning, I could hear the trains, the CSX train out of here at 2:00 in the morning.
Well, Eddie, Nick is going to be hearing the train for 4 days and 3 nights across the Nullarbor.
Yeah. And Nick, if you check out my channel, I have a bunch of train videos on there that you might find of interesting at the place called the Rochelle Railroad Park, which is near my home here in Illinois. It's a private park that's open 24 hours a day, where the BNSF and the UP cross on the Diamond, and it's pretty interesting out there. Yes, I've heard about that. And it's supposed to be supposedly a high speed.
You said they call it the Borealis. Is it the north or south?
Yes. Well, it goes north-south, and the further north you go in the States, the more likely you are to see the Northern Lights.
So you'll never get to see the Southern Borealis on that train?
No. Too far north of the equator.
See, I'd never get to see the northern.
Well, you know what we have this weekend here? We have a meteor shower going on here this weekend, and it's supposed to be an average of 50 meteors per hour.
Okay. So you're going to wash under the shower?
Yeah, I'm going to wash under the shower. Maybe. We'll see. It's supposed to be very late, and I don't know if we can make it that late. You know, we go for early bird dinner or something. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Donnie has a question for you, Sean.
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm currently going through some mixed emotion things at the moment. My son is going away on Wednesday. He's going to be first traveling to the U.S. and he's going to spend a month there. And then he's headed to the U.K. for God knows how long. So I'm a little bit hassled about that. And, well, I just wish him a good trip. But anyway. And my dad is not 100,000%. He's only about 82%. So there we go.
Understandable. Well, all our best thoughts to you, Sean.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tonight, moving on to the topic, because we have limited time with Eddie tonight. Our topic.
I'm with Eddie. Eddie always rushes off when he sees me. Must be my aftershave.
Tonight's topic: wackiest and weirdest scenes on a cruise ship or while cruising. So with that, I want to give a basic reference. It's going to be a little long. It takes about 6 minutes, but it gives you reality of cruising, how you would actually define cruising. So let me go ahead and get this started. And be aware it is a parody and does not represent any cruise line, any cruise lines. So here we go.
Imagine, if you will, that on your next vacation, you go to a fancy hotel, but you can't leave because we surrounded it with a moat. While you're inside with roughly 3,000 other people, we moved the entire building at great expense, all while you mill around 100 square foot room. Then with you still inside, we move it right back. You might wonder, why would anyone do such a thing? Well, wonder no longer, just experience it with Royal Horton Cruise Line. I'm Roger, and I invite you to spend a week or two aboard one of my floating megastructures, doing a bunch of stuff that you could do just about anywhere else. But we want you doing it more expensively and with more difficulty on a big boat.
Well, everything's more fun on a boat because it's a boat.
Oh, sure, it is a boat in that it might catch fire and sink. But you aren't really going boating. This thing is so big you can't even feel that you're on a ship. You're surrounded by an ocean you can't touch. Though if you like swimming, you're welcome to hop in the pool to inhale a little communal pee.
Hey, no splashing! There really isn't room for splashing.
I heard there are tons of activities to do on cruises.
Oh, sure there are. Eat 7 times a day, inflating yourself with room temperature shellfish till food poisoning plops you on the toilet for the rest of your voyage. Ignore your children for an entire week and let them go all Lord of the Flies in the kids zone. Head to the casino to steadily bleed more money on top of what you already paid till you don't remember where you are or even what your name is.
But there are shows, right? Music, comedy, magic.
You know where else has shows? Literally any city on Earth. Only elsewhere, when a performer's awful, you don't have to worry about bumping into them again tomorrow and the next day.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed my lukewarm political takes and my Cartman impression. I'll be here all week.
And so will you.
I was hoping for a luxurious vacation, like the Titanic.
Luxurious? We market cruises as a luxury to people for whom any vacation is a luxury, which is, to be fair, a whole lot of people. But no actual rich people waste their time in these disease-incubating floating dormitories.
I got a new strain from a passenger last week. They're calling it hepatitis ampersand. But But Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic, over 100 years ago. You know why people took cruises then? Because a ship was the only route from one coast to another. But if they could just fly across the ocean in a few hours and then spend the saved time on some other cooler rich person stuff, they would. They didn't have cruises back then that left New York and came back to New York 1 week later, because that would be stupid.
But what about the cruises that do go places, like the ones that go from island to island?
Oh, those are better. Sure, it's the least immersive and most superficial way of visiting a place. Just don't think too hard about how much the people there hate you. See, tourists annoy people everywhere, but locals put up with it because tourists drop bags of money on hotels and restaurants. Cruise passengers, they crowd the streets during the day, window shopping in their hideous novelty teas, but get their beds and booze from us. So the town is lucky if the cruise folks even buy a postcard. A ship comes, and locals see a terrifying sea scraper ready to pound their shores and stretch out their canals like something out of a disaster movie.
Like Titanic?
Like some other disaster movie. Ships are nasty in the open water, too, belching out a continent's worth of poison gases, spewing sewage more concentrated and deadly than 1 million sharks could poop out. Did you know Royal Horton was fined tens of millions of dollars for dumping oily waste? And we're not even a factory. We're just a floating hotel with really small rooms.
I still. Where's my. I wasn't alone, was I?
Gee, looks like we lost someone. That happens sometimes. A lot of incidents happen on cruises, actually. If you have any crime to report, just tell it to the nearest uniformed authority figure. But just to be clear, they're not cops. They work for us. When we're at sea, there are no laws.
That can't possibly be true.
Oh, it's truer than you think.
Royal Horton is incorporated in Liberia, so we don't have to pay minimum wage. That room attendant cleaning your luxurious cabin, we pay them $500 a month.
Wait, what? Listen, I just like the idea of a cruise, okay? I just want to go someplace where I can relax, someplace that'll take care of my every single need.
Oh, then please book a room with Royal Horton. And when you get back, make sure to visit Horton's Health Urgent Care, where you'll get the best care for that bug you caught on board.
Goo. Oh, I don't feel so good.
I've been Captain Roger. And the rumors are true. I control the whales and the tides.
I think Captain Roger needs to go and evaluate his life. I think he needs to keep on going and doing other things.
So as I mentioned, that's a parody. We all know the real world when it comes to cruising. And I do have to answer a question. It's called YouTube.
I would have used the word rather than stuff. I would have said, where do you get this ship from?
Yeah, because it is a load of ship.
It is a bucket load of ship.
Yeah, but the other hand is I'm not Chris. I can't say ship. I can't say ship with a P with a mouthful. So that's a base of reference about cruising and what tonight's stream is all about. Comedy. About the wackiest and weirdest things that you have ever seen on a cruise ship. So let's start with Eddie. You got any gems to share with us?
Lately, it's been pretty good. Except for some rudeness to some people or some weird person wearing the wrong thing. But from what I remember back in the 80s and 90s, back in those carnival days, I remember the skate shooting. I was very amazed to see shotguns in the back of the ship shooting at some freaking ball out in the ocean. That was interesting to see. And also back then, when you had to go to dinner, you had to be in a tuxedo. and Carnival provided the tuxedo there. You know, you either fit you or not, you had to have a tuxedo on you to go have dinner. So that was some weird stuff that I wake
Mhm.
up from pretty fast back then. Ships were a lot smaller and more of a nautical design more than the cruise ships that there are now. You know,
Mhm.
whoever cruise ship now, there's a bigger luxury back in the back then.
Mhm.
Um, I'm glad that they have changed and they have evolved and they're much nicer now. Um, Other than that, crazy things. I would say sometimes when you see somebody that is new, that they have no idea what the hell they're doing on a cruise ship. Sometimes I laugh about it because it reminds me when I first started back in the 80s. I got volunteered to go film on a carnival ship from school, and you know we didn't get paid or anything like that. At least we got credit for the class. But it was interesting. Now I had no intention of being on a ship. I don't like the ocean. I stay away from the ocean as much as possible. That movie Jaws really killed it for me. I mean, I do not go in the water for nobody. A pool could be 20 feet deep and I'll go in, but the ocean, it could be 2 feet right there and you could see everything. I don't,
I'm the same way. I don't do open water,
nope.
oceans, rivers, lakes, none of it.
I did got to do some jet ski down in Key Largo many years ago, many decades ago.
I,
But
I'm actually very lucky if I go into the water in the middle of the ocean. All the sharks stay away from me because they think I'm a beached whale.
not me. I think I'd see one and I'll have a heart attack and I'll be going right there. So nope. No,
Sean, my problem is I can't go to the beach. I lay down, I go to relax, and all of a sudden I got a crowd of chanting kids and hippies going, save the whale, pushing me back in the water. Never
Yeah,
fails.
but I know you've got one big blowhole. I mean,
Whoa! Ouch! That's his
Ooh,
nose.
we're going to go there, aren't we?
yep, we are. Because I'm no different. Hey, Joe, mate, you're freezing on 15. We're currently 9. So just give you an idea. Don't know what we're going to head up to, but it's freaking freezing down under.
It's 77 here now. It says partly sunny, even though it's dark as crap out there already.
It's supposed to be 16 top.
So, Sean, tell us about some of your interesting experiences of the wacky and weird nature cruise ships.
I've got to ask, Eddie, how many blue cards have you got?
One from back in the 80s and 90s. I never saved anything back then. I must have done about 33 cruises back then. And,
yeah, but how many of them were your first cruise? Like how many on a new cruise line?
How many? You know, this year I got. Last year went on the Carnival Glory, and I got a blue card. So I'll be getting a red card now in Paradise. So back then, I don't remember having cards or anything like that. You know.
So we've officially got 2 blue cards, and the first blue card was awesome because the wackiest thing about that was we were going on a cruise on our honeymoon, right? We didn't have our wedding yet. Our wedding was 4 months later. What can I say? Everybody was asking Ilana questions like, what did your dress look like? She couldn't tell me. You ask any woman out there who wants to let the world know about what you're going to be wearing on your wedding day when you haven't even had it yet. It was awesome. Yeah, we had fun.
You could have messed with people so bad on that one.
Well, I tried, but Ilana, you know, she likes telling the truth. Yeah, go ahead on a cruise and change your life. Think about other things.
What else on your second blue card?
Second blue card was the wackiest of all because that was done on the Carnival Horizon. And that was with the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising Group Cruise. And I can tell you what, it is the that was an amazing cruise. But having said that, I was with a bunch of people who we all didn't know what we were doing, running a group cruise for Helping Hands. It was our learning curve. And I tell you what, we produced a Kenny. What can I say?
Absolutely. Well, I have one blue card. And going to have a second one here in about 106 days. And then I'm going to have a third one in October. So I won't be new to cruising, but it'll be 3 separate cruise lines.
Yep.
So the wackiest thing that I saw on our cruise I think was the you weren't around to see this, Donna. You had stepped away for a minute. A guy walking around in a banana sling swimsuit.
Oh, yes.
And it was bright banana yellow.
Yep.
And I just went,
I want one of those.
okay, I'll get you one for the booze cruise.
No, you.
Well, I'll tell you what.
No, I won't do that.
Here's a vision for you. On the Helping Hands for Cruising Group Cruise, we had 4 of us in budgie smugglers, and all the women were wearing their see-through bikinis.
They don't know that near the police cars happening in accidents. A Carfax shows how accidents impact rights, so they have to overpay.
Interesting.
Facts.com.
Yeah, did it have polka dots on it?
Yeah, of course. It's the Pope Catholic.
Pink with purple polka dots?
Seriously? You have to pick all the right colors.
You want an view,
It's
Maggie?
purple. But I'm colorblind.
Sure.
That makes 2 of us, but I'll pick whatever anybody gives me. Except for that F word.
Yeah.
Say about budgie smugglers.
Oh, the budgie smugglers. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, there's no F in that. But they're really comfy. You got to get a pair, Eddie.
Never.
So in the meantime, while we're waiting for a couple more people to show up, let me go ahead and play this real quick so you can get some ideas of wackiness on cruise ships. So one moment. Here we go. I imagine the guy who was dancing in the beginning and the end. That's Cruise Nuts.
That'll be Mike.
Yeah. But that wasn't a budgie smuggler because it wasn't holding his budgies.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad.
Well,
You don't know what a budgie is?
I don't want to know.
We all have to do this on the booze cruise.
okay, then, Mike, I challenge you to do that on the booze cruise,
Ouch.
as well as take the bag of peanuts I'm giving you. It's a running joke.
Yes, Joe, it is going to be scorchingly hot with 17 degrees C. What can I say? At freaking 9 degrees C, if I step outside, my voice goes up 2 octaves.
Yep. So,
Almost.
with that being said, any other things that you wackiness that you want to share, or anybody in the chat?
Oh, Joe,
Yes.
stop giving it away. Seriously, I love stringing them along.
So, you think we should run that beautiful bean footage, Sean?
The bean footage,
Yeah.
the has been.
That bean footage.
Oh, that one. Hey, Rob, how come you can play this without turning it up?
Out here in the field, I find my meal. Get my back into my living. I'm Tony to fight.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell?
Man, what a cruise.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's hey, by the way, I just got to say this, Joe, you used the word bonza, mate, and right now, looking at the way bonza is right now, I think that's a bad choice of words. Especially if it's got the word airlines on the end. But there we go. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing cruise. We're just going to have so much fun. I can't wait to get into the go-kart race. Okay, shut up, Sean.
Yep. It's all right. You can talk as much as you want, Sean. So, couple things about the cruise. We are working on some activities right now. First of all, there's a helping hands for cruising 125. The way that's going to work is you register on the ship. It's going to be a $50 entrance fee. You will get a session on the go-kart track, 10 laps. Your best average lap time will be recorded on a certificate and stamped by the cruise line. You'll come back to the event desk, turn that in. So everybody will get a 10-lap session. Best lap time in that session counts. Gets on the certificate, turned into us, and then we review it. Top 3 will get prizes. Okay. Number 2, we are in the process of working out on the last sea day, Thursday in the afternoon or evening. Thursday trivia hosted by the Astute Tourist and Controversial Cruising at sea and ideally live on YouTube so everybody can join us. So we're working on that detail right now. We do have other couple activities that we're working on, potentially a couple slot pulls, as well as interaction time with the bands, as well as some impromptu jam sessions. So if you bring an instrument, play an instrument, and want to bring it with you, you can jam with the bands. Otherwise, we'll get you a set of spoons from the buffet, and you can play the spoons.
I think I'll have to go with the spoons because there's no way I can bring my stuff from over here.
Yeah. Well, part of it is, Sean, is it might be difficult because, especially for me, because I have to bring my air guitar and air strings.
Yeah, but you won't let me bring my didgeridoo.
Well, as I told you, you can, but it might get damaged. So you don't want to bring it with you.
Oh, that's the point. I mean, I went up to the airport and I said, "What's the chance of me bringing my didgeridoo?" And they said, "Well, don't." Okay.
I got a question, but I'm going to leave it in that question till later.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what are we going to be talking about? Oh, sorry, wrong question.
Oh, what? What are we going to be talking about? Did you say something?
What do you guys want to talk about?
That was the thought that crossed my mind.
Okay. So let me ask the question. If an Australian is a musician and plays the didgeridoo, goes to the bathroom, does it sound like a didgeridoo?
It's actually
talk about wackiness.
That's actually a fart-filled discussion, that one.
Yes. And you know what? At the end of it, we might end up talking about Uranus.
Well, we could end up there, but you know what? Anyway, you look at it, it's hot air.
That's right.
And by the way, you can only blow the didgeridoo in Canberra.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, capital city, that's where Parliament is. That's where most of the hot air comes from.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Just like City Hall in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know why Chicago is called the Windy City?
Get out of the bathroom.
No, because of all the political hot air.
Well, I'll go with that one.
That's the actual meaning of it. So, all right. Anybody else have anything you want to talk about this evening?
I just want to very quickly say, Joe, I'll see you later on the Duck shows. Have a great morning, and thanks for popping in.
Yeah. And by the way, Eddie, I just got your message, and that one has already made the circuits down to Australia and back.
I knew I sent it to you before.
This is how this whole thing got started.
Are we talking about Ricky Rocker again?
Oh no, we're not talking about Ricky Rocker again. We're talking about Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, I got someone here trying to hack in again.
As the moon casts its spectral glow over the darkened waters, the RNR Tribute Cruise emerges from the depths of the mist-shrouded harbor, its silhouette a haunting reminder of bygone eras. Aboard this vessel of echoes, The air thrums with a palpable sense of nostalgia and reverence, as if the spirits of rock legends past linger among the shadows. With each chord strummed and every lyric sung, the ship becomes a vessel of time, transporting its passengers on a haunting journey through the annals of rock and roll history, where the line between the living and the departed blurs into an eerie symphony of sound and soul.
This guy.
Nope.
I thought
I
he was
thought he
being
was in the
good. He
UK.
told me he was going to be good.
I thought he was in the UK.
That's what I thought too, but it seems like he can access anything from anywhere.
Man, you give him too much freedom.
Well,
So-
guys, I gotta go. I gotta roll out, and I will catch you a little later.
All right, sounds good. Take care, Eddie. Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Check Eddie out tonight
May.
on Go Live together at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern.
Yep. 9 o'clock.
All right.
Eastern.
See you later.
Bye.
Ciao.
So, with that being said,
Your own.
what do you have coming up tonight, Sean?
Well, we're going to be talking about May the 4th be with you, and we're also going to be asking questions. What ship are people wanting to be sailing on? Is it any of these two, or would it be the one that I'm in front of? Hopefully, it's the one I'm in front of.
Yeah. And by the way, while we're sitting here, if you look in the upper corner,
Yep.
up there, folks,
see it.
scan the QR code, donate to Helping Hands for Cruising. Let's put some people on some cruise ships.
Absolutely. And I wanted, and this is one of the reasons why today we are streaming. Likewise, on not only streaming on Orange Cone Vlogs, but we're also streaming on the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel. And that's just to let you folks know that if you skip over to Helping Hands for Cruising, you're going to be assisting a bucket load of people to be able to get on board a cruise ship. We're currently looking at 3 recipients. 2 we know are going on the Rock and Roll, but, well, we don't know. We're still in the decision stage. The 3rd one we're looking at possibly going to Alaska. So if you guys want to go ahead and join the recipients, and now anybody who was with Kenny would know what it's like. Anybody who's been with James and Cindy Catanese and Scott and Amber Hicks would know what it's like. Anybody going with Roxanne on Amy's cruise will know what it's like. So our suggestion, folks, is get on board, come and join us. Have some fun. You'll find your life will be changed and it will be great. And also, who do you know that could possibly benefit from a cruise? The truth is, when they come on the cruise, they will not have been able to, in any way, shape, or form, been able to afford to get on that cruise, whether they are financially strapped or whether they are disabled, or they may even be the carer of somebody who's disabled. And someone who just needs a break. And this is a good opportunity to give somebody a good break and change their life.
Yep. And the thing is, folks, you cannot nominate a family member.
That's correct.
You can nominate friends. You can nominate neighbors. You can nominate anyone you know except for a family member. But the prerequisite is they've never cruised before. Okay.
Never had the opportunity to cruise before either.
Yeah. Yeah. I never had the opportunity to cruise before either. So make a video 2 to 5 minutes long, nominate somebody, help change somebody's life by nominating them. Give them an opportunity to have an experience that even if they don't cruise again afterwards, it's a memory that they have for the rest of their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. We're making dreams happen.
Correct. It's certainly changed some lives already, let me tell you.
Yeah. Absolutely. So with that being said, Sean, I'm going to cut the stream a little early tonight.
Fine by me.
about 10 minutes early.
Yeah, that's fine
Get
by
back
me.
into it. Be aware on the last Friday of this month, I'm going to have 2 special guests in the Creators Corner that we all know and love. Captain Controversy, Scott, Controversial Cruising, and Foster Boys and Vodka Lady,
Oh boy.
Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, Sean. I'm already working on getting Victoria bitters for him.
Good. He needs it.
He needs to have a real Australian beer. Even though it's a bad beer, it's better than Foster's.
Yeah, anything's better than Foster's.
Yeah.
Even
And you're not
Crown
going to be
Lager is
chugging
better
it.
than
And you're not going to be chugging it alone. I have your back. I'll be right there with you.
YDM. You the man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I went like this to Chris. I went, you need to go home and think about your life. When he mentioned that F word. It's Billy. Billy, you know, that fake Captain Billy? He's the one.
Yeah, I know. Captain that got demoted by Sherry. He is now Deck Swabber, Billy J. And he uses Foster's to swab the decks.
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's all it's good for.
All right, so check out Sean tonight. You're on at
10 p.m. Eastern.
10 p.m. Eastern. Ducks with Sean Alana, also on Helping Hands for Cruising. Folks, I know everybody says this. Please like, share, get people on the channel. Don't do it for me. Go over to Helping Hands for Cruising. Give the likes and the shares to Helping Hands for Cruising. Let's help them go viral.
Yes.
It's more important for me to see them go viral than me go viral.
Absolutely.
So do anything that you can to help Helping Hands for Cruising. It's a great organization with great people providing great experiences. So, and then I also want to challenge everybody watching today. Give up your Starbucks for 15 days of the month, half the month, and donate that to Helping Hands for Cruising.
Thank you. That would be great.
Yep.
That would be great.
Even your Dunkin' Donuts, too.
Yep. That would put at least one person on board a cruise ship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the goal for the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise is to raise enough funds so that we can put at least 8 to 10 people on cruises in the future.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yep.
That's exciting.
So we're working hard and getting everything together. Great entertainment going to be lined up. I know that someone said that they wanted to research those bands more and find more. I think that was Joe. Joe, they're on YouTube and Facebook. Also check out the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise page and also the OCB Rock and Roll Tribute group. There's videos in there from a recent concert last month that you can view as well. And they have more videos coming. Okay. So, wait, I got a big announcement here. Sean, guess what?
I just saw James, mate. I cannot wait to throw my arms around your neck, buddy. That would be absolutely awesome. And,
so we're going to have 2 previous recipients on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise.
Absolutely. Kenny and James. Woohoo!
Yep. We're going to have a lot of creators are coming. Your favorites from our cruise community will be there. And then some.
So why are we there?
Well, of course we're going to be there.
No,
you know why we're going to be there?
You said the favorites of the cruise community are going to be there. I'm asking why we're going to be there then.
But there's more favorites.
Sorry. I wasn't using my head.
Oh, and by the way, we do have the pre-cruise gathering location secured.
Awesome.
And that will be near the hotels in Port Canaveral. A place called Gators Portside. It literally is on the port. You can sit on their deck and see the SpaceX marine facility and all the cruise ships around it.
Oh, that's magic.
And if you're lucky and it's the right timing, you might see a cruise ship come in.
And if it's even more lucky, we might see a cruise ship go out.
Yeah, ours as we're cruising out.
Correct.
And right now there are no scheduled launches out of Cape Canaveral, but that can change.
Bugger.
So
That'd be awesome. I wonder if you can hear it from the cruise port.
Oh yeah. You can hear and feel as far away as Orlando.
Wow.
One time I was at Magic Kingdom and extended hours open to only hotel guests and watched the space shuttle launch, and you could hear it, you could see it, and you could feel it. The rumbling is so heavy it takes the breath away.
That's
so
incredible.
And these are smaller rockets. In fact, Bill Armstrong was just out there, and they actually witnessed the launch from their hotels in Port Canaveral.
That's so magic.
And he has it on video. So it's on his first vlog from the Allure of the Seas. That trip.
Oh, that's so magic.
Yep.
Wow.
So, with SpaceX ramping things up, now the likelihood to see a launch is pretty good because they're beginning later this year and continuing throughout all next year, an average of 2 launches a month, bringing Starlink satellites not only around the Earth, but to orbit the moon.
Wow.
And set up a network of communications network around the moon so that we can get a moon base going.
Man, that's exciting.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a space nerd, so I watch all the stuff live, all the launches and that.
Is he going to get any Starlink happening around Mars?
Once we go to Mars, yes, because it's going to be a global communications network.
Blows my brain. Blows my brains.
Yep. All right, folks, we're going to let you go. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. We'll see Sean here in a couple hours.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Thanks.